Pwede na? Go?
Okay na ba?
Okay na?
Pwede na? Pwede na?
We all know what happened.
The pandemic happened.
COVID-19 happened.
We were put into lockdown right in the middle of our second semester in our first year.
We didn't get to finish block 7 and 8.
Some got to go home or were already home.
I was stuck in Iloilo for a few months because travels were suspended.
I was actually lucky because Iloilo was already my home, but most of my classmates are from Luzon and Mindanao.
I was miles away from my family, stuck in my apartment.
We had to stay indoors for our own safety and for the safety of others.
The suspension of face-to-face classes turned from 2 weeks to almost 1 year.
We couldn't see any end to this chaos.
So we had to adapt to new ways to cope up and continue learning despite the pandemic.
We were lucky.
Our college was kind and generous and very forgiving.
There were a lot of obstacles to hurdle in this online setup of learning.
But somehow, we managed.
Apart from online lectures and PowerPoint presentations uploaded through Canvas or Zoom synchronous lectures.
We also had SGDs, which, in my opinion, where I always learned a lot, especially from our tutors.
It was very high yield.
This is an activity that we had no choice to do but synchronously.
So of course, there were many new challenges not only to us but also to our tutors.
There were a lot of technical difficulties, but I think the major problem we encountered was the connection. I always kept having poor internet connection that Zoom would freeze and then kick me out of the discussion.
There was a time that we had a miscommunication with one of the tutors because there was a huge delay.
I could see that all of us in the group tried so hard despite having choppy connection and a choppy signal.
There were many times that I got so frustrated because I studied and prepared for the SGD, but ended up only getting to say a few words because I kept getting disconnected. We also had to adjust with the additional requirements like SGD papers and projects on top of studying for module exams and floating subjects.
But we were able to cope up by developing our hobbies or getting into new ones and spending time with family in our free time.
Baby, can you make me feel awesome? Up and down, side to side, and then back and forth. Up all night again, me and you, left and right, and then whoa, whoa, oh, oh. Up and down, side to side, and then back and forth. Up all night again, me and you, left and right, and then whoa. All I wanna do is feel awesome. All I wanna do is feel awesome.
We are so blessed to have very understanding tutors and SGD mates. Everyone had to have a lot of patience for this setup after all.
We help each other and I'm always thankful when my SGD mates give me the chance to talk after so many attempts but fail because of connectivity issues.
Despite being so far from one another, we somehow still managed to learn from the SGD sessions.
Please, smile. Jump, jump, Pag-jump kita? Bakit ka wala? Sigurado ka magpagtalon sa huda. Wala! Congrats!
Congrats!
Congrats down!
Even with all our progress and adjustments, this has still brought a great deal of stress to us.
In the end, for SGD, face-to-face will still be optimal because SGD sessions entail a lot of communication from everyone.
which would probably work best if you don't have to be interrupted with choppy signals.
We also especially appreciated the tutors' feedback and additional input to provide us with learnings.
Despite adjusting to the new normal, we still hope to be able to go back to face-to-face classes soon so that we can learn even the hands-on skills.
In school, the SGD sessions would still continue because we don't really need internet connection or power to continue the discussions.
No connection and power interruption just means a better flow. And everything is just better when we have human interaction.
In spite of the many challenges we have faced in pushing through our education in this pandemic, we are nevertheless determined to learn and understand in order to give justice to our future patients.
We hope that these many months of staying indoors do not go to waste, and that this setup will soon end and that all will be back to normal.
Let us always remain vigilant in staying healthy, and may the Lord guide those who are in government to make good decisions.
We hope to see you all again soon.
Bye! Halong!
Yeah.